Every real cowboy like myself knows how lonely it is out on the open range, which is why I listen to the Cowboy Boys podcast. With best contractually obligated friends, Shayne Smith and Mac Arthur, the Cowboy Boys will comfort your soul better than any disease-ridden saloon gal ever could. Cowboy Boys.
Damn.
Welcome to Cowboy Boys, episode 43.
Is it really episode 43?
43.
What is something that... No, there's no significance to the number 40.
Yeah, there is.
What is it?
There's 43, it's one more than 42, which is
It's the age of the woman who molested me for the first time.
Is that real?
I probably, actually. She was in her 40s for sure.
43. Damn, I'm reading all these in mathematics, and there's like all this bullshit. 43 kind of sucks. Oh,
Numerology has got nothing for us?
no, there's nothing even
Damn.
satanic.
Dude, get fucked, 43.
43 is the largest natural number that is not an original.
What's an original? Are all numbers not original? What's 43 derivative of?
43 is the smallest prime number expressible as the sum of 2, 3, 4, or 5 different primes. Damn, they're just... Math is like sports where they're just like, this one obscure guy hit more home runs into the left field on rainy days than any other. Like,
Yeah,
like,
and you're just like, who? Why do you know
cares?
this?
This is a stupid stat. I want to know who hit the most home runs and who banged the most chicks. That's all the sports stats I care about.
I also want to know, even though I'm straight edge, who drank the most beers.
That was Babe Ruth.
Yeah, no, you think it was Babe Ruth and not Wade Boggs?
Ooh,
Wasn't he famous for just like smashing out beer? They were just like he would pitch hungover. People were like, "How is he doing it?"
You know how a lot of people are like, "What? We should have an all-steroid sports league." Sounds stupid.
No way.
We should have an all. Like, the only drugs we should take are like alcohol and weed. Like an all. There was that one guy who pitched the perfect game on acid.
Dude, you know what? I'm with you. Fuck steroids. Let's bring back sports where people don't practice. Let's go back to old baseball days where they were like, where Babe Ruth is like, I don't know, I'm strong and I practice twice a week. It's fine.
But
like,
you have to like, I guess we're just slowly inching towards basketball with all the drinking and just making up rules. Good movie, underrated.
Dude, a criminally underrated movie.
If you like this podcast, you'd probably like basketball.
You probably would like basketball.
It's so stupid.
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Dude, Matt and Trey are the best.
We've gotten some complaints.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what I like to hear.
Do you want to read our email complaints?
Yes, please.
Are
they mad that they're mad at me for sure, right? It's always me.
Yeah,
you have simps. I'm the one who makes people angry. By the way, your simps were bullying me online today.
Yeah. My meme team.
Yeah, your meme team.
I like how
Here's fucking weird guys or ladies. I don't know.
Yeah, they make good memes, and it's like a political. We're both running for president, and my team's stronger. But you will win the popularity contest from the silent majority.
I have no idea who. It always cracks me up when people are like, "Hey, I'm Team Mac," and it's like, we're on the same team, motherfucker. Give to the Patreon. It's for both of us. We need this.
No,
dude. I love people make it about me versus you. Like, what? That isn't even. It's not real.
That's the difference between your fans are fans of me as well, but my fans are only fans of me.
No, totally. I was like, damn, Mac's fans are toxic as fuck.
Yes, I love it. So yeah, these are probably all complaints towards you.
Okay, let's hear them.
Here's one from Mariah. I would like to register a complaint regarding Shayne's claim that women lose their sense of wonder earlier than men. My evidence is to the contrary of that. I, a 29-year-old with a job and lots of thriving houseplants, All right, that seems like
Damn.
I feel like you've already
not a strong start at all. Dude, listen, the idea that I'm a single woman is crazy. I live in a beautiful home with 9 cats. It's like, whoa.
Wait, let's get to the rest.
Okay.
I just spent the evening reading gay Star Trek fan fiction. All Star Trek fan fiction is gay. Star Trek itself is the gayest show. The most LGBT friendly show.
Dude, it's so clean. Everyone's in their little pressed uniforms with their haircuts.
I wasn't gonna say that. I'm just gonna say all the aliens are like genderless and fucking each other.
No, dude, it's the gayest show.
You don't even watch Star Trek. You are Star Wars. You are binary system Star Wars, and I am LGBT.
I'm binary system Star Wars. Yes.
Star Trek is better. Anyways,
Star Wars has all the fuckable characters. I will say, or Star Trek, only the guys are fuckable.
What?
Yeah, all the girls in Star Trek are like whatever.
You're a moron. All right, put a pin in that. we're gonna debate that. Anyways, so get back to this. 29-year-old with a job and lots of thriving houseplants just spent the evening reading gay Star Trek fan fiction in the bathtub and crying over how sweet and good it was. Checkmate, motherfuckers. No sense. I mean,
yeah, I don't.
Is that living it? Oh, sincerely, Mariah. Like, that does. I'm a fan of having like houseplants and watching Star Trek and taking bathtub stuff.
Mm-hmm. All of that sounds good, but I feel like my point has been made.
when we say sense of wonder, what Shayne is referring to is girls who will like hop on a dirt bike with no sense of regard for their own safety.
Yes, thank you. I'm talking about, like, I had this recovered memory last night of when I was a kid and we used to do a joke bit where we were like, hey, I forgot to tell John something, and we're on a road trip in 2 cars, so the other car pulls up to their car 80 miles an hour, and I crawl through both windows into John's car, and I'm like, hey, John, I just want to tell you I think you're doing a great job driving to this road trip thing. And then I'd be like, all right, got to get back into the other car. And then I would crawl through the other window at 80 miles an hour, risking my life only for a silly joke. Like, shit like that.
Here's what it is.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think we're getting hung up on the terminology.
We are.
What we mean when they say sense of wonder, or when you said that, what we should have said is women lose their immaturity. They become more mature faster.
Yes, that's it.
They're gonna be like, "Hey guys, can we not light fireworks inside the house?"
Yes,
and
thank
we're like,
you.
"Come on, what? Why? What is my mom here?"
No, exactly.
No fireworks in the house.
Here's my thing. I have every woman I've ever dated, every girl I've ever known, and I have lots of friends who are women, and I love them all. But all of them have complained, I don't want to be a mother. I don't want to be a mother to someone. And it's like, bitch, no one's fucking asking you to be. The fact that you're saying that says more about you than what I'm up to says about me. Okay? I'm not asking you to protect me from myself. Bitch, I'm trying to die, right? Let me light the fireworks off. I don't need your supervision.
The problem is when you are you, their natural instincts kick in and they're like, I need to protect this guy from himself.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's ridiculous. And here's a good example. I am almost 34. I have 2 friends who have 2 children, full careers that are both 35 and older. All 3 of us, whenever we're together, still do a bit where when we're at Denny's, if someone gets up and doesn't finish their pancakes, we will walk to their table, take their pancakes off of their table, and eat their used pancakes because no pancake goes uneaten. Okay? My friend's wife once was like so embarrassed that she went into the car and waited for us to be done eating at Denny's because we were eating other people's pancakes. Okay?
I like that your bit is like, what if we were homeless?
Totally.
A bit.
And we all of us refused to stop doing it, and it's hilarious. And dude, he will be with his children. We have money. It's ridiculous.
You know what? It's funny now, but like, 15 years from now, those kids are going to grow up and they'll be like, wait a minute.
What the fuck is wrong with my dad? Yeah. No, totally. And I have never, not once in my life, met a girl who's up to anything like that. And that is fine.
You know what your problem is?
It's also anecdotal, but I'm just saying.
You haven't met girls like that because you're straight edge and you don't like to date girls who do crazy drugs.
That's true.
I bet if you opened your dating pool to more meth heads, you would find a perfect girl for you.
Also, can I just say, everything I'm doing sober too, which raises the bar for me because I'm like, I need a girl who's willing to eat used pancakes sober. It's not gonna. You're not finding that. Dude.
Anyways, so Mariah. You have your life together, I'm sorry about that.
You're living an absolutely beautiful life. Please link us to that fan fiction, by the way. That sounds dope as fuck. I'm jealous of your bathtub. You have a great name. You sound cute and awesome, and I love what you're up to, but I'm going to need you to film yourself jumping out of the bed of a truck into the bed of another truck on the highway before you come at me.
Play with fire.
Shit off the side of a building on video. Like, this is what I'm talking about, okay? Do you understand? Go to Disneyland and pretend that the characters are real and you're afraid of them. And you have to hide,
here's what we know. She has a tub. Take one of your houseplants and cannonball into the tub with it. And get back a little bit of your sense of wonder.
There you go.
Pretend you're a Star Trek character diving into a giant ocean planet.
Put a bottle rocket into your friend's back pocket while they're at a barbecue and don't tell them and light it, dude.
All right.
Dude, once my friend was cooking burgers and we put one of those Roman candles and we lit it. We put it in the thing and closed it. And then we were like, hey, did you check on the burgers? And he was like, no. And he opened it, dude, at the perfect time because the Roman candle started shooting out of it while he was trying to cook. He was so mad. So good.
Another complaint.
Wait. Before we get to the complaint, explain to me why the girls in Star Trek are hotter than Star Wars.
Oh.
Because they're not.
They are.
Okay.
One, no one in Star Wars.
Everyone is androgynous.
The only people in Star Wars that are fucking are brother and sister.
Oh, yeah, dude. Which, as we know, informed the national porn discourse. Star Wars was the first to do it.
I'm going mainly off of the core Star Trek, The Next Generation, the real Star Trek.
Whoa. It's just ladies in uniforms that look like dudes. And listen, as you know, hot girls that look like hot dudes that look like hot girls is one of my things.
Here's the thing. You say that, but you don't. If I say Jadzia Dax, Ezri Dax, Kira, you don't know who any of those characters are. You can't even picture them.
I know who Kira is.
All right.
I don't know who Googly Dax is, whatever the fuck that was.
One, Dax is a space slug that lives inside of hot babes. Is
it real?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So in Deep Space Nine, the main character, I guess you could argue, Cisco, right? He's the captain of Deep Space Nine.
His name's Cisco?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
His friend is like this slug that used to be his like mentor, who lived in like this old man who would mentor him in like old battles and stuff.
Okay.
And so the old guy died, and when the human symbiote dies, it goes into another person. It's this other alien.
How is that allowed in Starfleet?
So anyways,
so you're not even gonna address that.
They let everyone in Starfleet.
But it's like a yerk from Animorphs, just taking over another person's body.
Yeah, exactly.
What about the autonomy of the other person?
So no, you have to have their consent, and they train their whole lives to do this. And there's actually a few episodes where it gets conspiratorial, where they're like, do they really have their consent?
Damn.
Anyways,
Jesus.
So his old mentor, his old war hero battle mentor, gets put into this hot babe, and so he's like, "Wait, you're hot now, but you're like my old man." Like, what? How cool is that? And then
does he fuck her?
I don't think they'd fuck.
Oh.
And then, spoiler alert, she dies, and the slug gets put into an even hotter babe.
No way.
Young leggeds. So one, Star Trek is not even. They're like, what if the girl had tentacle hair? And that's like it. That's as hot as Star Wars gets. Sorry.
No. Star Wars is like, what if the woman, the adventurous badass woman, the object of all your teenage desire was in a fucking slave bikini killing someone, and your boner is just like, and you bust.
No.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
That happens for a little bit of Return of the Jedi.
It's still bustable.
I guess.
Tell me a bustable moment in Star Trek. What's the thing you've jacked off to in Star Trek? Because I've actually beat it to Slave Leia. So tell me what you've beat it to in Star Trek. Tell me your bustable Star Trek moment.
All right. So everyone knows about this in The Next Generation. When Dr. Crusher and
Dude, firstly, great name though,
and Troy are doing yoga in their 80s leotards. That's about it.
Oh,
just
so there's like no bustable moments.
yeah. There's not a lot of.
Kirk fucks all those aliens and they don't show him rawing a Gorn from behind one time.
Dude, Kirk fucks. Everyone's. I feel like Star Wars is more. It's more like that kind of like adventure. It is more adventure, like
It's
desert
a space opera.
It's adventure, desert island. Like, well, we might as well here. We should fuck. Like, I'm the
Totally.
hero. Or Star Trek is like, yeah, we're all our jobs are done. It's a perfect utopia. Let's fuck and never like address it. Like,
Yeah.
Everyone's just fucking everyone. There's crazy love triangles and.
Are there like full relationships in Star Trek?
Dude, there's full-on love triangles all the time, and like tons of Star Trek.
But they just don't ever imply the sex or show the sex.
no, they imply
And then
it.
Star Trek. And by the way, you could defeat me, but you're a pussy, and you won't include the new J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies, which have that blonde
Dude.
British chick that is fucking absurdly hot, dude.
What is her name?
Dude, she has a scene where she's just in her underwear, and it's like, okay, I see you, Star
Yeah.
Trek. What are you up to?
No,
also,
that-
the green girl in the second one is fucking, dude. In the new Star Trek movies, they're just like, hey, would you like to be hard? And you're like, I guess.
See, you just want to be hard now. You don't want
Also, Chris Pine.
I need the relationship stories. I need it to be believable.
Damn.
I
didn't realize how horny the new Star Trek movies are, dude. Just thinking about Chris Pine and that blonde girl, dude.
That is the.
I want to fuck through Chris Pine's face into that blonde girl's pussy, dude. That's damn.
All right. Yeah, I do remember that scene where she's just like, I'm in my underwear, and it's just like, why?
yeah. No,
What
there's.
I remember like looking around in theaters being like, okay, this is happening. It doesn't
Dude.
make any sense.
So fucking hot. I remember because she's holding a phaser and she's like, "Hello, why are you looking at me?" And you're just like, "Yeah, why are we?"
Star Trek, so much hornier than Star Wars.
I think it's hornier overall because it does the thing you like, where it's like, where how Riley Reid doesn't let people come inside of her on video.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
don't
like,
need-
I need it. Like that's what Star Trek is doing. It's withholding just enough. It's edging you constantly.
Plus, there's all the episodes
Kinda
where Geordi is an incel and he gets caught in the holodeck doing weird things with real people's holograms.
Whoa!
So,
What?
yeah, that's
Dude, he's beating on the holodeck.
they kind of imply.
Dude, the future cameras are everywhere, Jordy. What are you doing?
Now you could override the camera system.
You've thought about it?
Oh, that's.
Dude,
Here's the other thing. In Deep Space Nine, Quark, the Ferengi guy.
Yeah.
His whole hologram, like his whole bar, is like set up to. He's like a prostitution ring for the hologram stuff. He's just.
Pimping VR?
Yeah, he's just like, you want to go get sucked off in the hologram thing? They don't say it, but his whole business
It's
is just
strongly implied that he's pimping
yeah,
holograms.
it's just real alcohol he sells and just private time in the holodeck that he has access to. And all Starfleet goes in there and beats off and gets drunk.
Hell yeah, dude.
Deep Space Nine is the best Star Trek.
How does I agree with you? What I've seen of it is very good. the future ends. Well, no. I mean, when you can start fucking holograms, though, it gets wild, right? I think it'll make relationships better because people won't be inclined to stay in toxic relationships because they'll be like, well, I'm not gonna stay with you if you treat me bad. I'm gonna fuck a hologram of Chris Pine.
Well, that's I think a lot of TNG with Riker and his weird love triangles with everyone is just like, well, yeah, that's how it happens. Like it is very open and utopia.
Interesting.
So
that's how I know Wonder Woman was a good movie until the end, I guess. I didn't
never
like
saw
the
it.
last battle, but because Chris Pine and Gal Gadot are in it, and I wasn't, and they're both like I want to bust on both of them, and so, but I didn't think about it during the movie. I was just like, this is fun.
all right.
A weird observation of mine. I just like Wonder Woman, I think.
I win that argument.
Okay, fine.
Next
you know
email.
what? I don't think you win the argument, but I will concede that I think Star Wars has hotter babes and more bustable moments, but I will concede that Star Trek overall is hornier for sure.
I can't think of. I don't. You're saying Star Wars has the hotter babes, but
It does.
I don't see it.
Rey?
She's
Leia?
cute. She's cute, and Leia. People are gonna be angry at me, but I don't think Carrie Fisher's that cute.
Okay. Trying to think of other hot girls. What about the Twi'leks in Jabba's palace?
Call me a space racist, but I only like busting to humans.
You only bust the humans. Damn, dude. Okay.
I wonder if how bad space racism is going to be in the future when we are all fucking aliens.
You know what, Mac? I think you win the argument. I'm thinking about it, and Rey and Leia are the only two hot girls, and I do think they're super hot, and I am into both of them. But now I'm realizing I think a lot of my horniness at Star Wars is being misdirected at Adam Driver, and the reality is that there are hotter girls in Star Trek. I just don't like the uniforms.
The hottest girl in Star Trek is Padme. Queen Amidala.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Queen Amidala because the prequels, they're just so unhorny. That Anakin guy, the kid that plays Anakin, and then what's his name afterwards, he just sucks the horny out of the fucking movie, dude.
It's good that Anakin, a 12-year-old boy, and or Padme
just
or whatever,
destroys.
who's 18, is like they're not horny in that movie.
Yeah, no. Dude, honestly, to the credit of fucking, what's his name?
George
Lucas. To the credit of George Lucas, he was like, no, we're not horny. There's too many children. And you're like, oh, good job, bud. Thank you.
Anyways.
Okay. You know what? Mac, you won. How do you feel?
Pretty good.
Adam Driver could get it, though.
So we got an email from Big C.
Okay.
I didn't sign up to listen to a Jewish Mormon talking about his beliefs. Love the pod, but I'm not coming here for a religion.
A Jewish Mormon? Who's...
I think he thinks we're both the same person. I used to be Mormon.
I wasn't talking about my beliefs. I was talking about the facts.
I don't think we like...
You can quote the Bible at me if you want, but I didn't say anything that wasn't real.
No, he doesn't want to hear about any.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
I think he's...
Well, where was he complaining when we were talking about Lot?
We didn't talk too long about the lot.
I mean, but we did. We mentioned some Bible stories where people are fucking their kids.
All I'm saying, Big C, is we talk about whatever's on our mind, and if you can't tell that we're making this whole podcast up as we go,
yeah,
then it is what it is. I spent a good 2 decades of my life believing a religion. It's gonna come up.
Yeah. I always forget that you were super into it. What was your favorite part of religion when you were into it?
I kind of didn't like it. That's
Dude,
why I left.
You're a recovered cult member, dude.
A little bit, yeah. A diet cult. It's not like a full-on.
It is diet cult.
Because I feel like a real cult, you'd have to be there more than once a week.
But you're a Utah Mormon, so it is... Regular Mormons are regular Christians.
Oh,
like
man.
A Mormon in California is just like a Mormon. But a Mormon in Utah, that is very culty because if you leave, it can destroy your life for sure very easily.
I feel like it destroys your life... Not like they destroy your life. Like you leave and you're like, oh shit, I don't know how to operate outside of this bubble.
That's true.
Which is my call.
When you're in Utah and you leave, it can alienate you from your friends, your family, your support group, your job, and the church can like actively go after you and does.
Yeah, and that's why the ex-Mormon community is so big, and
it may suck too.
Yeah, they're all like,
I get it.
"Don't we hate those guys?" And you're like, "Sure."
I guess. Yeah, it's a bummer that they're like that, but I get it.
I think my favorite part of I've mentioned this. My favorite part of being Mormon was when porn was still like bad,
Ooh.
and it made it so much more tantalizing.
Did it really?
Oh, infinitely,
dude. I've just never had the experience of feeling like I was doing something wrong sexually,
dude.
Except for dudes, like anytime I like. But when I was young, I never indulged in that, so because I was so like, oh, I'll die if I do this.
I think that's why I'm just like, when you're afraid of getting caught looking at porn,
yeah,
it ramps it up to like 150%. It's so exciting.
I mean, I've beat off in situations where I was like, oh, I'm just trying to get this out. But
what's worst case scenario? You get caught and people are like, ew. Your parents are like, come on. But how about this one where in the back of your mind, you're like, fuck, I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm gonna go to hell unless I like repent and really feel bad. I can't get caught. What am I looking at? Like, it's such on a psychological level.
I've watched a lot of girls I've had sex with feel those feelings.
Yeah.
Where she's literally just like, I've had a girl be like, do you think I'll go to hell? And I was just like, I just nutted. Can you please ask me something else? Like, God.
I wish I could go back.
It would be cool. I went to a lot of Mormon church stuff because I was in Scouts and I had no choice.
Damn, that sucks.
And
the dances are the worst.
Yeah, I went to so
boring.
I met a girl that I got engaged to at a singles ward dance. I used to go to singles ward dances all the time with tattoos and stuff. And
for non-Mormons,
I would kill it there.
Singles ward is they have entire church. A ward is like a group. It's like
your church group,
and they have entire wards for people who are not married. And they actually have two versions of singles ward. They have 30 and under. So
they have a hot and ready to go singles ward, and they have it's a bummer you're here, but what can we say? Singles ward.
I think there's like an age limit. It's like 30 to 35 where they're like, hey, we're going to send you a special like singles ward for losers like you.
A farm. We sent you to a farm upstate to be...
And so
that's last chance. That's fucking whenever they have like a Dungeons and Dragons mechanic where you're about to die and you have to make a save to see if your character dies forever. That's what that is. Roll on the chart and see if you live. Oh man, I have a friend who went to one of those. And
35 up?
Yep. So he was a virgin till he was 31.
Woo!
He turned 30. He was still in the church. He went to the 35 and up singles ward, and then he left the church. He was like, I did it for 3 weeks, and I was like, nope, I'm gonna die alone if I stay in this religion. And then he left and he read I can't remember what the book was called. It's a book that just disproves a lot of like historical inaccuracies and whatever, it doesn't matter. And so then he was like, oh, I'm not Mormon anymore, and then he immediately got a hand job, and then he was like, wah! And went crazy. And now
that's my story. I'm still on my Rum Springer right now. I might go back.
Hell yeah. My buddy, he's rich, so he slays it.
That'll do it. Money.
Yeah, he has a bunch of money because he helped invent some app that the fucking trains use to like clicky clack the fucking things so that cars don't get hit by trains, and he just made like $1 zillion on that. So he owns a huge house. He turned an entire room in his house into a ball pit.
What a sense of wonder.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking exactly.
But that's what
when
happens
you buy a house and the real estate agent is like, you could have a kid here, and he's like, nah, fuck kids, this is my ball pit room. You're like, oh, okay.
But I feel like you can hold on to your childlike sensibilities if you haven't lost your virginity till you're 30.
Yeah, that helps. That helps. Well, you don't have some girl knocking your fucking ideas.
And it's not some girl. It's some guy or girl or whatever you're dating. Sometimes when you date someone, they steal a lot of
your life force.
Some
broad, and I say that in a genderless term.
You gotta find a partner who amplifies.
Exactly.
Not sucks.
I want a partner that, I don't even know. That is up to her own shit too. I was with someone once who just let me do whatever I wanted, but I don't want someone who's
that's not amplifying.
Exactly. I don't want someone who lets me do what I want. That's fucking boring. I want someone who what did I used to say when I was dating? I used to be like, no girl ever just like out of nowhere will look at you and be like, Scooby Doo is short for Scoobert Doo. Like I fucking want to be blown away. Like fucking surprise me.
Damn, you're that bar is low.
I know, dude, dog. Don't I fucking know it?
See, I when I date women, I have the opposite problem. I search for that first, and then I'm like, all right, she's funny, and then I look to be like, if she's hot, and then it goes down from there.
Yeah.
My priority, the way I search and destroy, is different from you. Whereas I feel like you focus on looks first and then look for the humor. I look for.
Oh well, if they don't look good, I can't be with them.
No, but I'm doing the same, but in the opposite order.
Oh yeah. Well, also all of my dating so far has not been through friend groups. It's been online. Like everyone I meet has been from Twitter or Instagram. So, of course, it starts with looks. Because I look at your Instagram, and if I'm not aesthetically pleased by your look, then like it's never gonna work. So, fucking, I don't know.
See, that's why you like Star Wars more. You like all the flashy lasers. The
I do.
story isn't important. Whereas me,
Lasers go pew.
I need the philosophy behind who she is first.
Damn. Well, I need that. It has to match. It has to go together.
Yeah, we're just coming to the same conclusion.
Yeah, we're coming to the same
Star Trek
conclusion.
and Star Wars are both nerdy bullshit.
True. We're just same different path, same finish.
Mine's just hornier and smarter.
Mine has laser swords.
Star Trek has laser swords.
Fuck off.
They do.
Not cool ones.
Not your incel. Jedis are all incels.
They are incels, not Sith though. Sith, fuck.
Yeah. All right. We talk about this on both the last two episodes.
Oh.
When I say last two, I mean our normal and our Patreon episodes. This is probably a normal one. I don't know. We say that, and someone was like, "Hey, you released the wrong episode."
Did that happen?
What's the right episode? I just released them.
Mac, the right episode. God damn
I released those back to back because they were sequential. So,
do you release 2 episodes back to back?
No.
I was gonna say, we're banking
one
episodes. I'm leaving. You better not be releasing
No.
the ones.
See, you don't even listen. You don't even know.
Yeah, of course I don't listen to us.
No, I'm saying you don't even know what goes behind the scenes.
Oh, I don't. I let you do it.
Anyways, on the last episodes, we talked about Australian mythical creatures. We had a bunch of Aussies write in.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Australians are meant to be sworn to secrecy about this. This is from Kaylee. But drop bears are completely made up. No, they're not. They're koala bears, right? They just fall on you. I think this is like when the government is like, "Oh yeah, UFOs are real," and they're like, "Why are you telling us this? What's the real thing you're trying to hide?" So she's trying to distract us from drop bears. Like, "Oh yeah, they're not real. Like maybe they are." But the other terrifying animals are completely real, though. All the venomous snakes and spiders that are just about everywhere. Fun fact, I was once bitten by a white-tailed spider on my ass and ended up in the hospital for a week. They told me after the sore had stopped spreading that they were afraid it was going to start eating into my flesh and muscle. I'll attach a photo, but it's gross, and I apologize for that. And so she sent us a photo.
At first, you're like, "Oh, cool,"
of her butt, and
you're like, "Hey, cool butt." By the way, cool butt.
She's got a cool butt. It looks a little red, and then the second picture is it looks really bad.
Wow.
Not your butt, but like the spreading of
the disease that looks like it's killing you.
the spider bite.
Dude. It looks like you fucking have the worst road rash.
Yeah, that's a spider
So
has
wild.
Complete like it's all.
I'll never. You've convinced me not to come to Australia. I'm not a fan of spiders. Can't do it. Not a fan.
So yeah, don't go to Australia. Their real animals are scarier than their cryptids.
Yeah, a lot of your cryptids are just like frog people or whatever. It's like, okay.
What if there was a spider that didn't kill you when it bit you? Whoa, that's crazy. So yes, thank you, Kaylee.
Yeah. That was
P.S.
fucking wild.
Your Australian accents suck. You should come here and work on them. We will after the coronavirus.
Yeah, one day.
And all that. All right. We also got some other nudes.
Oh, we got nudes.
Those are semi-nudes.
Someone sent us their butt. It's like my favorite butt photo we've got.
What about the one lady with the dog sniffing her butt? That's my favorite.
I don't like that one as much. I mean, listen, I love all butts. I'm not here to discriminate, but like this last butt, it's a pretty good butt.
Let's see, more emails. Good morning, fellas. I was listening to your latest podcast. Had a thought on married people and their sex lives. I think a lot of people are caught up in their khakis and suburban lives. If my marriage ever turns into missionary sex and trips to the Gap, put a bullet in my head.
Damn.
I mean, that sounds nice. All of it, even the bullet in my head. I'll be over here pegging my husband, having guest stars in the bed, going to punk shows, and getting tattooed. We're in our late 30s, early 40s, and refuse to succumb and be the type of people that refuse to acknowledge what they want. Keep your spirits up. And I'm not going to read their last name.
Yeah.
In case.
Just in case. Not a fan of guest stars in the bed. Have done it.
Well, I'm saying, that's my thing is kind of missionary and going to the Gap.
Yeah.
Listen,
if you do missionary good enough, it's pretty fucking wild.
So, yeah, I don't know. Married people can have kinky lives or normal lives. Just find someone who wants what you want.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? I can't tell you how many girls I've bummed out when they're like, what are you into? And I'm like, missionary and eye contact. I want to tell you I love you. And they're like, oh, God.
You attract all the women that I want.
Dude, I know it.
I would be happy if they just lowered their standards a little bit and fell for me.
Every girl I attract is just like, I want you to fucking punch me in the fucking gut. And I'm like, oh my God.
I've been in that situation
Please.
where she's like, choke me. And I'm like, okay, I am. And she's like, harder. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable doing this.
Yeah, dude. I always see girls on Twitter being like, yeah, weak-ass men won't choke me. And it's like, listen, we could kill you. We don't want to. Why am I fighting you?
I feel like there's a lot of those situations where I'm like, okay, let me go grab a camera and then have you talk into the camera like I consent to what is about to happen, just in case.
You know what makes me want to do? It makes me just want to for real choke them out and then just leave. Just like choke them unconscious, and she just wakes up and there's a note. I didn't finish. Good luck with your life. You're fucking gross.
That would be the ultimate power move. How weird! How weird would that be? You're having sex, you get choked out, and then they're gone. Would you know what would happen?
You would wake up pretty quick.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to leave fast enough.
I could leave fast enough.
Dude, I just don't even. It's just so fucking isn't enough. We can't just enjoy each. If you aren't into me enough that fucking is enough, then I don't know what you want.
Yeah, that's the thing I remember a lot of my favorite memories with my ex are just wandering through the mall bullshitting around.
Yes.
It's what I think you say about friendships and relationships. It's you want to find someone who is fun standing in line with.
Yeah. If you can't be fun with only your brain looking at what you can see, then get the fuck out of here.
But also on the other side of the spectrum, hopefully that line is leading to a cool sex dungeon you're both into.
Yeah. Well, that's the point. Isn't that what's so tough? Is you got to find someone who's cool, but you got to find that coolness has to intersect with all the other exciting stuff. Tough. It's tough out here for a pimp.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of good memories with my ex, things that I like.
Don't do it. It bums you out.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck myself up if I do this. I gotta get out. Get out, quick! Tell me anything.
Let's see. What if I have the? We already read that one, that email. So I was thinking, let's get to the history part of the program.
Okay.
What do you know about Operation Paperclip?
The scooping up Nazi scientists before Russia can grab them.
Yeah, in World War II.
Yeah, Operation Paperclip was any Nazi that had intelligence or and I mean that in a literal, not in like a he's a smart Nazi. I do mean that, but I mean that like they had intelligence on like the Nazi war machine, what they were up to, what they were planning, scooping them up so that because the idea was that Russia started kidnapping scientists and we were like, uh-oh. And so then we started like doing our thing where we were like, hey, if you go with us, we won't fucking Russia you. And then all the scientists were like, oh my God, okay. And so we had to grab them all.
After World War II, everyone was like, well, what do we do now? And so we're like, what if we go to the moon? That'll be cool.
Well,
what if we go to space? Sorry.
Russia was a huge threat at the time, too.
Everyone was trying to build nukes and rockets. And so I can't remember why we talked about this a few weeks ago, but someone was like, I can't believe NASA used Nazi scientists to like, that's how, if someone knows how to build a nuclear bomb and you're going to war, I don't feel like these Nazis were like, kill the Jews. They're like, look, I'm autistic. I want to build rockets. Whoever pays me, I was just born in Germany.
Yeah, well, that's how a lot of them.
Although some of them probably were like, I'm going to build a rocket that kills the most Jews. I'm going to send Jews to the sun on a rocket.
I will say I don't know enough about Operation Paperclip to tell you if any like war crimey people were scooped up by the U.S., but I wouldn't put it past us because I mean necessity. But I will say that when people are like, I can't believe we grabbed the Nazi scientists, it's like, well, also the lead mathematician on the first moon landing was a black woman who was working directly with the Nazi scientists who were working with her very well. Like everyone was a team in conjunction. So I don't know. I mean, like, how Nazi were they that they were like, oh, let's make sure to like help this black woman and also like give her credit where credit's due, which they absolutely did. So I can't remember her name. She was a bad motherfucker too. She did all the math for the moon landing by hand.
Have you seen that book of like her? I think she's no wait, that's a different lady programmer. I think who programmed something for some kind of lunar operate like rocket stuff where she's standing next to a stack of papers.
That's her, I think. I can't remember, but anyway, she's a bad bitch for real. Like just some Goodwill Hunting shit.
Katherine Johnson,
and she worked with so those quote unquote Nazis. And listen, they could have been bad, but they worked with her. So what are you gonna do? You're just like, I guess I don't know. Is that redemption? Do we count it?
So, Katherine Johnson. All of our calculations on orbital mechanics,
dude. And then that one not Nazi, that one astronaut just threw on a diaper and shit her pants and kidnapped someone and undid all the good,
all the female.
Just damn.
No, that was a white lady.
Oh, true.
So
you're not gonna.
So white women are
again canceled from
NASA. Black ladies still killing it at NASA.
Fuck yeah.
Well,
it's always white women ruining everything.
So here was my conspiracy theory on Operation. I wanted to take it another step further.
Okay.
Because NASA, I was wondering like what other government like things what other government programs probably stole Nazis. And like I was thinking, you know what? The United States Postal Service probably runs so well because they stole Nazi scientists.
Oh, Operation Thumbtack.
Yeah. Whereas like the DMVs probably no Nazi scientists.
Oh, damn. The DMV scooped up zero.
So they didn't have anyone. I'm just imagining like who was the super evil guy who did all the tests?
Mengele.
There was like a Mengele type guy, but for like postage things, and he had like concentration camps, but he was just so focused on like, all right, how do we deliver letters around this camp faster?
Oh my god!
And they scooped him up and put him in the USPS. And that's why it runs so well. He's like, I don't want to kill anyone. I want to deliver packages.
What are you working on, mein Führer? And he's like, Klaus, I've done it. I've discovered a new stamp. You're just like, whoa, cool, okay.
I believe it.
Dude, have you ever seen someone who collects stamps? That's the most incel of hobbies.
I was about to say, I see the appeal.
No way.
Yeah.
I knew a guy who's like, I collect stamps, and you're like, okay, continue. And he goes, and what I do with them is I cover my piano in stamps. So
What?
he was trying to cover his whole piano in rare stamps. And I was like, do you know how to play piano good? And he was like, no.
Well, was it like a stand-up piano?
Yeah, like
Just
a grand
shitty
piano.
Oh, like a
Like a real big, for real piano. That you would have to like, he pays someone to come tune it monthly or whatever. You have to upkeep it.
No, you pay all people. I'm saying like a grand piano is the big long one, or a stand-up piano is like in a church hall, like in a church.
Yeah,
room.
no, he had like
So-
a for real piano, like an investment. And he was like, I cover it in stamps. And so he would collect
Why?
rare stamps, and he was like slowly covering the whole thing in stamps. And he wasn't very good at playing it, and he would admit that to you. And he was just like, my thing is that I want to cover my piano in rare stamps.
That's his thing.
And I was just like, you know what? Damn, that's wild.
And how much of his house did it take up?
A bit. I mean, it was a whole like his living room was mostly stamp piano.
Yeah. Stamp piano.
Dude, he's fucking crazy. You know what I saw a video of the other day? I saw a video of a lady who was like, hi, yes, my name's Teresa, and I'm addicted to, and I was like, all right. And I want you to guess what she was addicted to. She was like a Mexican lady. She was like short, black hair, a little overweight. You can tell. In your mind, you have Mexican mom, right?
Yeah.
You can see her in your mind's eye.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely normal Mexican-American mom. Good English, pretty good Spanish. You know, like, what do you think she's addicted to?
Beating her kids.
No, firstly, they're not addicted to it. They have to do it.
Oh yeah. Well, what you say? Like, what is she addicted to?
She's addicted to something, and
My first inclination
not drugs.
is always because my strange addiction shows are always just like, I have to eat pencil erasers heads.
Yeah.
You're like, what? It's
she
always,
does eat. I'll tell you.
Okay,
she eats
so I'm on the right
something.
track.
You're on the right track.
The weird
She's
addictions are always
eating.
eating something.
Uh-huh.
No,
They're all, dude, for the girls, it's always an eating disorder. Either they're super skinny and weird, or they're like eating pencil erasers. For the guys, they're always like, I fucked a roller coaster. You're like, what? What the fuck did you just say to me?
I gotta fuck every Matchbox car.
Yeah. I come on action figures. You're like, oh god, no.
I'm just I fucked this Pac-Man machine and
And it loves me back.
Yeah,
you're like,
"Ugh."
dude, you know what? You're happy. Live your life, emperor.
where girls are just like, well, I like licking the top of batteries.
Yeah.
And
You're like, oh, okay. Jesus.
I just like how it tastes.
All right. So what do you think she's into?
So does her race, is it what she's eating like a race thing?
Once I tell you.
All right, she's
you're
addicted to eating fireworks.
No.
No?
Are you? When I tell you, you'll be like, yeah, this tracks.
Let me
She's
get-
Catholic.
Catholic? Is she addicted to eating prayer beads and then praying on them as she shits them out?
No, but that's pretty fucking cool.
All right, what is it?
Okay, so she's addicted to eating her dead husband's ashes.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that one.
Yeah,
That one's
bro.
not as weird as the ones we come up with.
It's so fuck you. Are you serious?
They're ashes. They're clean.
Dude, she's like, here's my thing. I spit on my finger, I lick my finger like Fun Dip, and I dip it into my husband's ashes, and then I lick it clean. And she's like, it tastes like rotten eggs, but I've grown to love the taste.
You know what sucks? Is they're not making any more of her dead husband's
That's what
ashes.
I was like, dude. What happens when you run out of this motherfucker?
Or do you think she's just like saving up for one final day where she just gulps it all down. Like,
dude.
I'm 65. I've had enough. I'm just gonna do one big snort.
What she does is, she'll start rationing once she gets down to like 1/4 of husband left.
How many of her ashes? How much of ashes did she have?
They didn't really show. They did show her doing it once.
But like, was she dipping her hand in like a big coffee tin?
Yeah. It looks like, it's like a box. It's just like a box with plastic in it, and then he's in there, and it's not really even him. It's mostly the cardboard box he's cremated in. Yeah. Also, what fucks me up about this is that like I got way into the funeral industry at one point because there's all these conspiracies.
Got into the funeral industry,
and I had a friend.
We'll talk about that.
I went on some dates with this girl who worked at a funeral home, and she was telling me about like the cremations, like how they start with the babies, or they do the babies last, or whatever, because they need it to be extra hot for the fat people, and how like the sludge from people will just like leak out sometime. Anyway,
there was
So she's eating her husband mixed in with like some babies, maybe a grandma.
Oh yeah, there are different people,
dude. Yes, they're like all mixed up in there. It's wild, dude. A crematorium is not an organized place. They have a load of bodies for the day, and they try to figure out how to use the heat in the crematorium for the day correctly in order to build up from most difficult to burn to least difficult to burn.
Are you saying that they mix all the ashes together, or
They
is it
don't,
like
but
90?
like,
it's like 90% your husband.
It would be like 80% maybe,
And
and
then-
he could be mixed in a lot depending on who was before or after him.
If there was a good crematorium worker.
Yeah.
How
It could
lazy
be like
they
dude.
were.
Also, it literally is not a joke possible for a crematorium worker to like fuck up and be like, I don't know whose ashes these are.
I mixed up the boxes. I forgot to write the name.
She could just be eating like some different fucking guy. Bill. She could just be eating Bill.
Do you think it gives you spiritual powers
to eat your dead husband's ashes?
to eat not even your dead husband,
Anyone's,
anyone's
dude.
ashes?
I mean, look, there could be an argument made for it.
Like, I don't know if it might eating someone's dead ashes. What are the thoughts on cannibalism and summoning spirits?
I mean,
I'm asking you. I'm not into paranormal.
it depends on
that way. I'm not into ghosts. I'm into aliens.
It depends on your like what you subscribe to. But I'm trying to think of religions that aren't like.
Most religions are like, hey, don't eat dead people.
Yeah. That's what there's a very specific religion in India where they eat dead people, and they all get this brain worm that fucks them up from eating human brains, and it gives you a disease, and I can't remember the name of the disease, but it gives you dementia.
The disease or dementia is you seeing the truth.
Whoa! You peek behind the curtain. They have that tribe that's in Jackass where they try to get enlightenment through just being as gross.
That was Wild Boys.
Filthy as possible. Yeah, Wild Boys and Jackass, I guess.
Yeah, they go visit them, and they're
gross. They like bleed on each other and piss on each other and like eat poop, and they're just trying to be as filthy as possible.
Here's another debate. Wild Boys, I think, is better than Jackass. It is the Star Trek to your Star Wars.
I don't agree with you, but I agree that Wild Boys is a treasure to be respected and loved.
Wild Boys is the peak of human like experience and entertainment and knowledge and discovery. Where you're learning about different species of animals.
Okay.
And Jackass is just
learn more in Wild Boys.
Jackass is just fun, lasers, Star Wars, like sword battles.
You know what? I'm with you, and I think Jackass is better.
Wild Boys is better.
I watched all of Jackass recently, and I fucking loved it. It was so good. Highly recommend the revisit, everybody.
If you had to live in the Wild Boys or the Jackass universe.
There's only one Jackass bit that I truly dislike.
Which one is that?
It's the one where he eats all the ingredients for an omelet and then pukes it into the pan.
Oh, that one.
And then eats it.
I've seen that one.
That one fucked me up, dude. I don't like that. Anything with puke, when they eat the pea snow cones, it's funny, but it's also gross. The one where he pukes the omelet is not even funny to me. I'm just like, dude, why? What is this?
There's something in my soul that gets tickled when they're wearing like a zebra costume and a cougar or something comes up and grabs them and bites them.
Yeah.
Animal attack videos.
Yeah, when Chris Pontius dresses as the Easter Bunny and then they have attack dogs attack him.
Yeah.
That one's good.
Animals attacking humans is one of my favorite things. I can't get enough, like the full spectrum of just people like getting bitten by sharks. I'm just like, oh my God, that's the scariest thing ever. I can't look away.
That's so wild.
Shark attacks.
How did you feel when you saw those people in Utah abandon their daughter to the buffalo and she just got yeeted into the sky?
I love it.
I think she was okay, so it's all right for us to laugh about.
No, I'm saying even
even if she's not okay.
I love the running of the bulls when people get fucked up by bulls.
Oh, dude, I hate that.
Damn, they truly
bulls
kill
bulls,
so many people.
Dude, the bulls don't fuck around. When I was a kid, we accidentally jumped into a bull enclosure trying to like cross through this guy's farm when we shouldn't have been, and we thought like there were cows and it was a bull. And bulls like they defend their area like predators. They're wild.
I recently learned, what is it, like sharks kill 3 or 4 people a year. Bears kill 2 people a year because we're all scared of sharks and bears.
Yeah.
And then it's like bulls kill like 200 people a year. Yeah. Cows and bulls.
Bulls don't fuck around. Cows are pretty sweet. They're sweethearts.
Horses is the same thing. Horses kill like 200 people a year.
Dude, horses are so scary. I remember when I was a kid and someone told me horses can bite, and I was like, oh, I'll respect this animal forever. I'll never fuck around a horse.
Have you ever seen like a camel bite someone and yeet them?
Yes.
So, yeah,
always funny.
Horses and camels will bite you and throw you.
Dude, camels are gnarly. You know, early in the days when people were doing the Crusades, like not even the Crusades, like before that even, and people would go to war with cultures that had camels and they had horses, they would lose because their cavalry couldn't fight the camels because the horses were afraid of the camels. But dude, the camels did not give a fuck about the horses. The camel was just like, hey, what's wrong? Why is this other camel all fucked up? And the horse saw the camel and was like, yo, what the fuck is this about? And just was like, I'm out. I can't do it.
Camels.
Dude, that's so wild. You know what's funny is that culturally happened. And so the early soldiers, when they went to fight Rome, brought elephants. And they were like, horses are afraid of camels, so when we bring the elephants, the Romans are fucked. They've never seen elephants before. They're gonna lose their fucking minds. They're gonna cry. They're gonna retreat.
I don't understand riding an elephant. Like, how do you attack anyone on top of an elephant?
Do you want to know?
Other than like a bow.
Are you ready for the fucking best history fact?
Yes.
Do you know how war elephants work?
No.
You can't train an elephant to go to war. Elephants are afraid.
Yeah,
they're
smart.
They're smart, and if you can't have an elephant charge into a group of people. So do you know what they do with war elephants?
What?
They get them drunk.
What?
So any war that has elephants, you train your elephants and you get them drunk before battle, and then you anger them and set them at the enemy.
I was gonna say, are there different elephant personalities? Like,
Nope.
there are happy drunk elephants. Like, I don't want to go to war, man.
Nope.
He's like hugging everyone with his trunk.
So there's 2 ways you use an elephant. The first way is
Do you remember that time when we were at that bar in Tijuana? The elephants just want to talk about all the good times.
You walk the elephant behind a line of infantry, and the people on top of the elephant with bows kill people, and that's the way elephants mostly were used. But another way they were used was you get them drunk, and then you angrily set them at the enemy, and then they will charge into the enemy ranks.
So, but is there someone on top of the elephant?
Yeah, sometimes.
Or they just let them loose?
They just let them loose most of the time.
And then I feel like just don't attack that elephant and hope it doesn't kill you.
Oh, it would kill you.
Because as soon as you start poking it, it's going to definitely go for you.
Well, when Carthage brought the elephants against the Romans, they assumed the Romans would just be like, no, elephants, it's an actual monster. I've never seen anything like that. But the Romans saw the elephant and they were like, hey, kill that motherfucker right now. Like, bring it down. And they did it Rohan style.
Is that where
from Lord of the Rings, and they just killed the elephants immediately, no problem.
Does the euphemism pink elephants have anything to do with that?
I have no idea what that
drunk?
euphemism is about.
Seeing pink elephants is like when you're wasted.
Yeah.
Remember in Dumbo?
Well, no, I just mean I don't know where it comes from.
Oh.
But yeah, they get the elephant drunk, and then they have it attack the enemy, which is pretty metal.
How much alcohol do you need?
I don't know. It's a really good question. Also, can you imagine being the guy? They're like, dude, so you're a veteran? You're like, yeah, fought in the war against Rome. And they're like, oh, that's crazy. You fought with Hannibal. He's famous. It's so wild. What'd you do? Did you fight on the front lines? No, my job was elephant drunk guy. I would get the elephant drunk. They're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, how would you make it like, I wonder what kind of drinks they had to make the elephant. It couldn't be like hard drinks. The elephant wouldn't drink it.
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Unless it like had become an alcoholic elephant.
Dude, I was gonna
at first, I was like, yeah, you got to make fruity girly drinks for the elephant at first. These giant like pina coladas with like a little flower or a little umbrella at the top.
The day of a battle, you're just having brunch with the elephants, getting drunk, talking shit. You'll never believe what Charles said. The elephants getting all drunk and mad. So what did the Romans say about my mom? And just fucking all crazy. Oh, man. So wild.
Damn, imagine an elephant hangover. That'd probably be even more deadly.
Dude.
You gotta wait till...
If the elephant survives the battle, you've got to explain about what you did.
Well, no, if the elephant survives the battle, you gotta you gotta make it start drinking water. You gotta start feeding it.
Imagine 2 elephants the next day. They're just like, bro, I was fucking wasted yesterday. What did I do? And he's just like, you killed 90 people, dog. Oh, no.
We should bring that back.
Yeah, drunk war elephants. We totally should. Dude, I'm just trying to think of what it would be like to be ready for a giant battle. Which, by the way, people don't understand the scope of war and how crazy battles were. Because when people think of medieval war, they imagine the big battles.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about in history, but that's not really what war was about back then. War, like war today, it was more like war today, where it was more about 30 guys fighting 30 guys,
but
hundreds of times over the course of a year, and then that would culminate in one big battle sometimes.
But back in the day, it was 30 guys with swords.
Yeah.
versus 30 guys with swords.
So a lot of it really was like little groups of dudes fighting each other all over the place, supplies and control and everything. Just like today, where you imagine like, oh, I was in a convoy and it got hit by an IED. We all know veterans. That kind of stuff was real back then. But then every once in a while, someone would muster an army and you'd be like, okay, let's get a decisive battle going. And then they would fight thousands of people against thousands of people in these apocalyptic fucking moments that are just like, to even imagine being on a real battlefield in medieval times is fucking absurd.
What's the biggest battle ever? Is it Gettysburg?
No, that is a pretty big battle. I think the Battle of Waterloo was bigger.
Let's see. I'm reading right now. The Battle of Gettysburg was the 5th biggest. Battle of Cannae.
That's where Hannibal defeated Rome.
Carthage versus Rome. First day of Somme. Britain versus
the Somme. That's the first battle of World War I.
Oh, Stalingrad.
Stalingrad's pretty big.
Let's see.
But the biggest pitched battle, I think, is Waterloo.
Well, this says...
they had like 100,000 casualties in a day.
Okay, well, the Stalingrad says 1.9 million casualties.
Yeah, but it's not a...
Which is insane.
Dude. But
just 1.9 million people died in Stalingrad.
It's apocalyptic and it's insane, but it's not quite what I'm imagining. I'm imagining like you're on a battlefield and you're looking out over a fucking... Dallas Cowboys Stadium times 5, and you're just seeing that many people arrayed as far as the eye can see to your left and your right, and you're all here to kill each other, and it's gonna last for 8 hours, and it's just like, oh no. Like, it's literally the apocalypse.
We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, it's wild. Anyway, speaking of wild, you guys should go subscribe to both of us on twitch.tv/Shaydozer and /Dr. MacArthur.
I mean, you could
not a real doctor.
To me.
People keep asking when you're going to stream.
When
I stream, they're like, why doesn't Mac stream on the days you don't stream? And I tell them that you're an essential worker making guns so that our doctors can do their job.
So they can protect themselves.
Yeah. From the coronavirus.
I still got a normal job. It sucks.
Yeah, dude. We're working on getting that. Here's the thing: if you're so Team Mac, why aren't you donating $100 a month to Patreon so Mac doesn't have to fucking work?
Don't donate $100 unless you're like a trust fund baby. Then donate more. But
yeah.
Subscribe to our Patreon and get an extra bonus episode every week.
And also, the more as soon as we get enough Patreons for Mac to quit his job, we have agreed that Mac will take the Patreon, use it as his full-time job, which will only increase the quality of the podcast.
Maybe.
And
at
also,
least by like 5%.
At least by 5%. So please, please, please go sub to the Patreon.
Tell your friends about us.
Patreon.com/Cowboy Boys?
Yes.
Okay.
you truly do not know. You just show up and talk to a mic and leave, and that's as much as you touch this.
Don't you fucking know it, man. Don't you know it. And that, my friend, is why you will be the first person to reap the financial rewards of a Patreon.
If you go to cowboyboys.rodeo, our website, everything's there. All of our Twitch, Instagrams, Twitters. You can message us. What else? You can email us. We love reading your emails.
For real, we do. And if we don't answer you, we're sorry. We get a lot of them. But just know, if you've ever said anything nice to either of us on Instagram, Twitter, email, anywhere, I probably saw it, and I appreciate it very much. I just didn't answer because I'm emotionally exhausted 100% of the time.
Yep. After that, I don't know.
Oh,
watch out. Yeah, that's you can rate and review us on iTunes. We love reading those. That helps us stay on top.
Oh yeah, that helps genuinely a ton. We get I've had new listeners be like, "Yeah, I saw your podcast and just gave it a listen, and now I went and heard your comedy, and I'm like, whoa, worlds are colliding. The reviews actually work. So please review us. It means a lot. Take your mother's phone from her. Go into her podcast app on her iPhone. Review us with at least 4 stars.
Yes. If you're on a dating app, tell someone to listen to our podcast and rate and review us.
Suggest to them our most fucked up episode you can think of and let us know what they think.
Yeah. And be like, hey, what do you think of this podcast? And if they don't like it, don't date them. They're a bad person, probably.
Yeah, totally. I don't want to say anything, but I know a few people who don't like our podcast. Pedophiles.
Okay. I believe it.
All right, everyone. I'm out of here. I fucking love you guys. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.